Now, the music industry can definitely get ugly, man, especially as an artist who's trying to make it in the business. Have you guys been paying attention to this whole Joyner Lucas expose? Joyner Lucas hopped on Twitter yesterday and decided to air out someone who works in a business for doing him dirty. It's a pretty hot topic at the moment, and you know me, I got a couple things to say about it, so yeah. Let's talk about it. Now, Joyner Lucas. It's definitely been a while since I've talked about Joyner, man. A rapper I'm pretty sure most of you guys recognize. Joyner has definitely cemented his name in the game throughout these past couple years. He's been doing his thing, putting in work, and has for sure leveled up ever since he popped off a couple years ago. And that aside, let's talk about this Joyner Lucas expose. Yesterday, Joyner Lucas hopped on Twitter and decided to open up about something. That something being his business dealings with Karen Civil. If you guys don't know Karen Civil, she's been working in the music industry for a while. Karen Civil is a brand curator and marketing expert who's been working in the business for over a decade. She's worked with everyone from Nicki Minaj to Lil Wayne to the late great Nipsey Hussle, so she has an extensive track record in the business. And back in 2014, Joyner Lucas ended up crossing her path. According to Joyner Lucas himself, he paid Karen Civil $60,000 for marketing services, and what ended up happening? Well, according to Joyner Lucas himself, nothing actually ended up happening, and his $60K went poof. aka it went down the drain. At the time of hiring Karen Civil for these services, Joyner Lucas' son was on the way, and he was also, like he himself stated, broke and down on his last leg. My son was on the way, and you stole $60K from me before I got in the game, Karen Civil, he says on his first tweet. I hired you as a consultant, and below attached the memo you sent me. I was desperate for help, and you knew that. After you was paid, you went ghost and didn't expect me to pop. Devil emoji, here I am. I won't be showing any of the contracts in this video just to protect myself, but I'll of course go through it and tell you about it. Like Joyner Lucas himself said though, he attached a memo, which is just the agreement between the two different parties, in this case Joyner Lucas and Karen Civil. As I'm looking at it right now though, from what I can see, there's a couple things on it. One of those things being with the marketing campaign that Karen Civil was hired to do for Joyner Lucas will center around. It was a social media action plan that was going to focus on building Joyner Lucas' digital footprint and brand awareness, social media growth, aka increase in followers, improved digital imprint, fan engagement, etc. And there's some other things this marketing campaign promised, like getting blog placements for Joyner's song releases, red carpet / event opportunities, radio interviews, help with getting a booking agent. Later in the contract, the amount Karen Civil was going to be paid for this job was stated, and that number was actually $55,000. Now he did say 60, but maybe there are some other, extra costs on the back end that we don't know about. That's what I'm going to assume. After you got the money paid up front, you stopped answering my calls, and every time I hit you, you answered the phone with an attitude like I was messing up your day, Joyner said on his tweet. I sent you hella messages pleading with you to do your job because my back was against the wall. You took advantage. At this time, I was afraid to speak up for myself because I didn't want to get blackballed. I had no idea how this industry shit works, and I didn't want you to drag my name through the mud, so out of fear, I stayed quiet. Until Cameron spoke up a few years ago on Twitter, and then I did. We're gonna touch on the Cameron stuff later. For now, let's keep it moving. After I spoke up, you had your peoples hit me directly and tried to threaten me and then try to make me write this fake ass apology and make myself look crazy to the public eye. Shaking my head, I was broke and down on my last leg, bruh. That $60K was literally my last effort to help me get on, and you stole that from me when my son was born. The media protects you, but wrong is wrong. At this time, I had like 5K followers. What, you thought I wasn't gonna pop, Karen Civil? I'll never forget the day when you went on vacation with my money and then picked up the phone when I called you because you went ghost, and you flat out told me, stop calling me, I'm on vacation. You know how long I've been waiting to do this? I've been hating you for many years, bruh. Oh, Joyner, I believe you. I can hear the rage in your tweets. Moving on. When I created Ross Capicchione, I wanted that to be our first piece of content she worked on. You know what she told me? Flat out told me, Joyner, nobody cares about a little white boy being shot. Verbatim. Karen Civil, you remember that? Then you had some nigga calling my phone trying to set me up after the whole Cameron shit. Some nigga named Gucci, Poochie or something. That's kind of funny, I'm not even gonna lie. Nigga hit me telling me Ross wanted to work with me and come to Miami. I later found out from an inside source that was your mans you sent to set me up. I've been waiting like 7 years to do this shit. I keep telling myself, watch when I get on. She effed up. These days I'm too rich and well off. My fam is good. Couple mansions paid for and all the dream cars you can think of. I ain't never lied about no weird shit. Everything I'm saying is facts. Shorty got a lot of relationships with people who try to protect her, but nobody can silence Joyner. Got me all the way effed up. I'ma keep exposing niggas until someone shut me up. You messed up. The more poppin' I get, the more I'ma drag your name. Every time you see me level up, just be worried. If I gain another 2 million subscribers in the next 5 months, then I'll inform all my new fans what your Yankee old broke ass did to try to stop me from getting on. Figure it out. Now, Karen Civil actually ended up responding to Joyner on a statement. This is what she said. It's pretty easy for him to make broad statements when you aren't familiar with the back end of business, especially marketing. She said, subcontractors were paid, including Ravenel agency PR and local reps. All parties contracted out on his behalf to execute were paid from the overall budget allotted. When he expressed his unhappiness about not getting VIP access to a New York NBA 2K event because he arrived 2.5 hours prior to the time he was given, him not being able to reach me the following day during a scheduled personal vacation caused him to be irate. She continued by saying, his management called me to rectify the situation after Joyner made his first tweet, claims in which I responded, we can happily move forward after a public apology was made since he used that same platform to lie about funds being taken from him. I recorded the call just for future circumstances like this. Unfortunately, 6 years later, he's now utilizing a separate disagreement moment to amplify and create a social momentum around himself. He and I both had separate conversations with Charlemagne the God this morning where he passed on his phone number so we can have a discussion directly, but instead he took it to social media. Nothing was stolen or taken from Joyner Lucas. Unfortunately, certain artists are under the impression they have 24/7 access to you. That's not feasible or possible. All work done on his behalf were fulfilled. Subcontractor invoices were made and sent to management, Sean McDonald of Dead Silent CEO, which my team also kept records for. Now, you know how Joyner Lucas mentioned Cameron in one of his tweets? Well, Cameron, aka Killer Cam, has had some issues with Karen Civil himself. According to Killer Cam, who called out Karen Civil years ago, she stole money from him as well. This ain't the first time Joyner Lucas has called out Karen Civil, by the way. Back in 2016, he went on a same type of rant, but obviously back then, Joyner wasn't as known as he is right now, so his words fell on deaf ears. I guess this entire situation highlights a couple things, one of those being what the title of this video is. The music industry can get ugly, and it will get ugly. Any artist who's made it to a decent level has 9 times out of 10 gotten screwed over in some kind of way, not only once, not only twice, but a lot of times, multiple times. Whether that be financially, which is the most common one, or just through dealing with some people in the industry who have some kind of ulterior motive. In Joyner's case, if this actually went down the way he's claiming it went down, how much of that responsibility does he hold? Could Joyner have gone about it in a different way that wouldn't leave him dead broke and scammed out of $60,000 while he has a son on the way? What I like about Joyner Lucas speaking about this is the awareness factor. There's a lot of artists out there who are trying to break it into the industry who don't know any better, who think everyone they come across wants to help them. That's obviously not the case, and if you're one of those people who thinks that, then I got some news for you. Honey, you got a big storm coming. If you consider the amount of people who are trying to break it into the music industry and you consider the number of those people who actually end up making it, you're quickly going to realize that even getting your foot inside of it is a challenge. So there is not an abundance of opportunities if you look at it from that perspective. Now, what does that mean? Well, it simply means that the people who the starving artist is looking at for opportunities, they know how desperate artists can get. In this Joyner Lucas case, it is a little bit different because he paid for a service. So no matter how desperate or hungry he still has to get the service he paid for, right? But the point I'm trying to make is, if you don't proceed with caution and you don't oversee whatever business dealing we're talking about from start to finish, the likelihood of you getting played, it's over 9,000. Now, there's no shortage of bad people in any industry. You're gonna come across people who lack integrity in any business, and there's plenty of those kinds of people in the music industry, but it is up to you. All my artists out there who are trying to make it in the industry, you gotta look out for you, because if you don't, you're gonna get played like Joyner allegedly got played. Lucky for Joyner Lucas, nigga, he made it. Play the beat, man. Joyner is successful as hell, okay? He's a multi-millionaire rapper. He got M's in the bank. He's fine. However, it could have ended very badly for him. I mean, like he said, he was down bad, broke as hell. So he was a starving artist who just allegedly got scammed out of $60K while he had a baby on the way. Thank God he made it out of that place, but things could have gone in a whole nother direction. I'm gonna go ahead and say that since he's now made it out, since now years later everything fell into place, him allegedly getting scammed out of that $60K might have have been the best thing that could have happened to him. Now, that's not me saying go out there and get scammed for your coins. I'm begging you, please don't. But if you've been through a similar situation, all you can really do is take accountability for your part in that bad situation, whether that be I didn't do my homework on whoever I was going into business with or whatever it may be. And then after that, just keep it moving. That's all you can do. That's what Joyner Lucas did, which is why he's successful today. This entire story is just a cautionary tale to all my artists out there. The reality is the music industry can get ugly. That's a fact. So it's up to you to make sure you keep your head on a swivel as you're going into any situation that revolves around your career. There you have it. But yeah, the music industry can most definitely get ugly, and Joyner Lucas obviously had a couple things to say about that. Any thoughts on this entire situation though? Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's a pretty hot topic at the moment, so a lot of people are talking about it. Anyway, do you have any input on it? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.